Guys, in today's video, I'm going to be busting some myths about retinoids that I hear all the time. Today's video is sponsored by Neutrogena, so thank you Neutrogena for sponsoring today's video. Retinoid is an umbrella term that encompasses a variety of different topical vitamin A ingredients that you can get either with a prescription or over the counter in the drugstore, and these vitamin A ingredients have a long-standing track record for improving the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines, boosting collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin, smoothing out skin texture, and also improving hyperpigmentation, brightening up the skin. Myth number one, not all topical vitamin A is worth pursuing. That's actually true to a certain extent, and I'll clarify. In terms of topical vitamin A, you have your prescription retinoic acid, aka tretinoin, and the derivatives adapalene and tazarotene. These have a long-standing track record for imparting these beneficial anti-aging effects that I have mentioned. But unfortunately, a limitation of these is that they can cause a lot of irritation. Also, they often require a prescription depending on where you live in the world. But you also have retinol and retinaldehyde. Retinol and retinaldehyde are topical vitamin A ingredients that you will find over the counter in creams, anti-wrinkle creams, that when applied to the skin, your skin then converts that active ingredient to retinoic acid so that you can derive those benefits of improving wrinkles and fine lines. Biochemically speaking, you can achieve the same results with an over-the-counter retinol or retinaldehyde product that you can achieve with a prescription retinoic acid or naphthalene derivative. It just takes longer. But an advantage of the over-the-counter products is that they come with less irritation, so they're easier to tolerate. There are so many retinols on the market. Unfortunately, it's hard to know which products are good and which are not. Neutrogena is a Johnson & Johnson brand. I have always recommended the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream to my patients seeking an over-the-counter retinol cream. The reason for this is that Johnson & Johnson was actually one of the first companies to stabilize cosmeceutical retinol for 20 years ago. And they have over 20 retinol patents, and they do diligence by their retinol by taking it into the clinic and actually testing it on dermatology patients. 100% of women in their clinical studies had noticeable improvement in the appearance of wrinkles in as little as 1 week. The formulation is super emollient. The product quickly and effectively absorbs into the skin surface with no pilling or balling, and it just complements the natural surface renewal of your skin, fading the look of fine lines and wrinkles, and it really plumps up with moisture-rich replenishers. Importantly, the product absorbs quickly and effectively. There's no pilling or balling, and it really absorbs into the skin surface, complementing its natural surface renewal. And it's formulated with these really moisture-rich replenishing ingredients that plump up skin cells, fading the look of fine lines. The second myth I hear all the time is that retinoids peel the skin, and if you're not getting peeling, then the product must not be effective. And that is false. Peeling is not the mechanism of action of topical vitamin A. It is a side effect. It's part of the irritation process. So the mechanism of action of topical vitamin A is not to peel the skin, but rather it affects gene expression in skin cells to normalize skin cell turnover and to increase collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin, as well as to remove sun-damaged skin cells and improve the appearance of hyperpigmentation. So its mechanism of action is not peeling. So not getting peeling just means that the product is not irritating. But it can be frustrating with over-the-counter products. How do you know that it's working though if it's gentle enough to not cause too much, to not cause peeling and irritation? Is it just that it's not working? How do we know if we don't have a visible cue? And when it comes to over-the-counter retinols, you guys, it's really a big unknown, because unlike the prescription stuff, cosmeceuticals do not have to demonstrate efficacy with their ingredient. This is why I have so much confidence and why I continue to recommend the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. So they've actually taken the steps to confirm that the retinol and the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream does in fact affect these biologic endpoints. So while their product is formulated to not cause the consumer irritation, they have also taken the steps to confirm that it is in fact working. The third myth that I hear all the time is, well, retinoids thin the skin. That's not true at all. Retinoids thin the top layer of the skin called the stratum corneum. That's kind of the dead, built up stuff. And while they do that, they actually strengthen the junction between the top layer of the skin and the deeper layers of the skin, as well as boost up collagen production in the much deeper layers of the skin, actually increasing skin thickness. So in fact, retinoids do not thin the skin. Speaking of SPF, the next myth that I hear a lot is that vitamin A applied topically will increase your risk of a sunburn. That's actually not true. You do need to wear an SPF when using a topical vitamin A product because ultraviolet radiation from the sun, as well as visible light, can often degrade the vitamin A. Not only that, part of what you are hoping to achieve is reversing the visible signs of photoaging. You need to have sunscreen on board to do that because the sun is really what contributes to ongoing accelerated photoaging. So those are the reasons why it's advised to use SPF, not because it increases the risk of a burn per se. It's more because you need it for good photoprotection, for reducing skin cancer risk. Yeah, topical vitamin A does not impact the minimal erythematous dose of your skin. And by that, the minimal erythematous dose, or MED, that is basically the amount of sun exposure that is required to burn your skin. And topical vitamin A has no impact on that. As a matter of fact, we do know that topical vitamin A or retinoic acid on the skin actually can inhibit activation of collagenase, which is an enzyme that gets upregulated when you go out in the sun and chews up your collagen. So in many ways, using topical vitamin A while you are maybe on a beach vacation, maybe it, in theory, can help reduce your burden of sun damage and whatnot, but you absolutely, obviously need to be wearing an SPF and protecting your skin from the sun. All right, another common myth is that if you have sensitive skin, you cannot use topical vitamin A. And that's actually not true either. Topical vitamin A obviously can be irritating, and that is really a problem for people with sensitive skin. They don't handle that well. So we recommend that for people with really sensitive skin, you just go very slowly. You can start using a topical vitamin A once a week in the evening time, and then build up to using it every other night and then nightly. Irritation that people experience with topical vitamin A, it's not a forever thing. It only happens for about 3 to 4 weeks and then should normalize, and your skin actually gets used to it in a sense, and really at that point there's no longer any irritation. So for people with sensitive skin, they're going to be more likely to have irritation in the beginning. For people with really sensitive skin, I will actually recommend they start with the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream first, going really slow with it, starting once a week, then bumping up to every other night after a few weeks, and so on and so forth. Just going really, really slowly with it, rather than jumping straight to a high percentage strength tretinoin, prescription retinoic acid, which can cause a lot more irritation. Kind of gatewaying in with a retinol can help those people get over that irritation period. Having keen insight into the fact that the conversion of retinol to retinoic acid is accompanied by irritation, and that can be a real stumbling block for consumers, Johnson & Johnson has developed the SA technology. What exactly is that? Well, SA is a blend of emollients that have different polarities, which allow for slow and sustained release of the retinol in the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream, so that you're not getting it all dumped in at once, and that can lead to a lot more irritation than is necessary, but doesn't necessarily allow for the most effective uptake. So they have really pioneered this emollient formulation to address the consumer's need to not not have too much irritation. The sustained action, or SA, blend of emollients that allows for sustained slow release, that will minimize irritation, but also this formulation overall is super emollient. It's very rich and addresses the skin barrier issue to really help reduce the degree of irritation that can occur with a retinol. It's formulated with hyaluronic acid and glycerol, wonderful humectants to really add hydration. So that's yet another reason why I always gravitate towards this product. A lot of research, a lot of R&D, 20 years. They really are the pioneers in cosmeceutical retinol and retinol stability, and they create products that aren't gimmicky and laden with a bunch of ingredients that are going to cause problems for people. They really just focus on the science of effective delivery of the retinol and supporting the skin barrier so that the consumer gets the best results with the fewest side effects. So yeah, people with sensitive skin certainly can use retinol. Just make sure to go slow, starting once a week and bumping up to every other night, and so on and so forth, to see how you tolerate it. Having sensitive skin does not mean that you cannot use retinol. And in fact, arguably it can benefit people with sensitive skin to introduce a retinol, albeit slowly, into their skincare routine, because as I said, it really strengthens the skin long term, and that can actually help your skin be less sensitive to things that come in contact with it. All right, another myth that I hear a lot is that topical vitamin A will increase hair growth, and that people are worried that it will cause facial hair growth. And that is not true at all. I think where that comes from is the fact that you may come across papers and information on the hair growth medication minoxidil. And we know that using retinoic acid, topical vitamin A, with minoxidil actually yields better results in terms of hair growth from the minoxidil. And so that is how it's used alongside minoxidil to get better results with that product. But it's not as though it's not because the retinol is not what's causing the better hair growth. It's allowing the ingredient to work better. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys in clarifying some common myths and misconceptions about topical vitamin A. Yes, you certainly can get a lot of benefit from retinols that you buy in the store. We have a lot of evidence to support their use. The biological endpoints of improving wrinkles, fine lines, collagen production, etc. are the same as with prescriptions. Unfortunately, not all over-the-counter retinol cosmeceuticals are created equal, and some manufacturers just do more diligence by their ingredients and put their ingredients through a lot more testing. And for me, I have a lot of confidence in the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream, and it's one that I always recommend to my patients who are seeking an over-the-counter effective retinol, especially for those who are looking to improve the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines. This is a fantastic product, and I've always recommended it. Yeah, as a dermatologist, I'm really picky about what cosmeceutical retinols I'm willing to recommend to my patients, because I know there is so much variability in quality, and I have so much confidence in Neutrogena's Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. It's one I recommend over and over. They've been doing this for 20 years, and they always see their studies all the way through to completion, and they show up with the data. So I have a lot of confidence in this product, and importantly, I see results in my patients who use this product, so I know it works. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful in addressing your questions about retinols and maybe clarifying some misconceptions. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.